Well, well, well. I finally caught you red-handed. You know, I'd heard the rumors, but I never expected in a million years for them to be true. So what was it? Love at first sight? You each have a great sense of humor? He's got all the right pieces and you couldn't keep your eyes off of her pixels? So where is this even going? I mean, what kind of future do you two have together? I mean, he's a board game and you're a video game system. It could never work out. Excuse me? You did what? A child? What do you mean a child? How could that even work? Well, I don't see how this could possibly work. But I'll give it a shot. The Battle at Kemble's Cascade was released in 2014 by Z-Man Games. It serves as a board game homage to 80s video games like Galaga and Xevious. In the game, up to 5 players will pilot ships through space, trying to destroy enemies, avoid asteroids, and grab hold of power-ups. Will this great blast from the past translate to a board game? Let's find out. All players start with a basic set of equipment. At the beginning of a round, you will play these sensor cards in order to determine player order. During your turn, you have 2 options. You may move and fire, which allows you to inflict damage on enemies and opponents, while also avoiding damage that they're trying to inflict on you. You can also move around the board to pick up power-ups and to gain other advantages from different spaces. You also have the option to power down, which causes you to remain in the same space on the board, but you recharge your energy and have the option to upgrade your ship with different weapons and other equipment. Once all players have taken their turn, the lowest level of cards that make up the map are removed from the game, and a new layer of cards is added to the top of the board. This helps to provide that vertical scrolling feel that we remember so very fondly from those 80s video games. As you continue through the game, the enemies become more numerous and more powerful, and the obstacles become even more intrusive. You'll be introduced to special spaces like wormholes, which allow you to move through the game faster, and singularities, which allow you to earn more victory points. You'll also upgrade your ships with better engines and better shields, and upgrade your weapons to things like missiles, lasers, and flamethrowers in order to do more damage to your enemies. This is all in preparation for the final boss, a special set of cards which fill up the last few rows of the game.
Adrian, what do you think of the boss?
Adrian's about to die next turn, really.
These bosses can deal tons of damage, so you have to find that balance between shooting at the boss and avoiding his shots in order to squeeze out those last few victory points before the game is over. The battle at Kemble's Cascade can be a bit overwhelming. For each move you make, you have to consider what your opponents are going to do and what's going to happen in a future round. On your turn, you could use your energy to fire another shot or to move an extra space, or you might need to conserve that energy so that you can better stay alive. When you're trying to decide what to upgrade on your ship or with your weapons, it's a difficult decision because the map is always randomly generated, so you don't really know what's coming. When you finally feel you've set yourself up for success, that's when the boss shows up, and the game is almost over. However, I find that when the final boss shows up, that's when things really start to get exciting. You're starting to find ways to get yourself some points while also preventing your opponent from scoring any points. You might sacrifice your ship so that you recharge energy so that you can take more shots in the next round. Or maybe you move onto a space just to mess with somebody else's plan so they can't get any points.
You're the worst!
It's Sam.
Why don't you shoot the guy?
All of this jostling back and forth leads to a great finale, with a lot of tight scores there at the end of the game. I like Kemble's Cascade a lot, but I would say it's definitely a niche game, and not one that you're going to break out with newcomers. The kiddos are also going to have a hard time keeping up with some of the more complicated rules. However, if you've got some video gamers that are in your board gaming group, the concept alone might be enough to get them to play it with you. So there you have it. I hope you'll travel back to the 80s with me and try out the battle at Kemble's Cascade. Until next time.